World's Most Underrated and Overrated Tourist Attractions. Two landmarks in the United States have been identified as both underrated and overrated tourist attractions on a global scale. A recent industry study ranked most underrated and overrated tourist attractions based on TripAdvisor reviews for the top 50 tourist activities in each country. The ranking was determined by analyzing the frequency of specific keywords that suggested whether an activity was considered underrated compared to the total number of reviews. They tracked a list of 40 keywords and phrases, and then calculated an overall percentage score to establish the final ranking. Two landmarks in the United States have been identified as both underrated and overrated tourist attractions on a global scale. The Stetson Mansion in Florida, USA is a highly overlooked tourist destination, ranking 6th worldwide in terms of being underrated, with a percentage of 139%. Out of 5,974 reviews, there were 8,290 positive comments. More than 1,000 comments described it as amazing and beautiful. Many reviewers used words like spectacular, 880, and must-see, 867, to portray the Victorian mansion. Additionally, around 800 commenters expressed their love for it, 797, and it was described as interesting over 500 times. Ranked 7th globally, Graceland, the Memphis, Tennessee estate of Elvis Presley, has been deemed the most overrated landmark in the United States. An estimated 38.1% of visitors expressed disappointment, with over 1,000 comments criticizing its high cost and lack of noteworthy attractions, ultimately deeming it underwhelming and disappointing. The Ras Natango Gallery and Garden in Montego Bay, Jamaica is the most overlooked tourist destination worldwide. Out of 357 reviews, it had the highest proportion of underrated mentions compared to any other landmark. There were approximately 2 compliments per review, totaling 712 underrated keywords. This ecotourism tropical retreat sits 2,000 feet above sea level and has been described as beautiful by 45% of visitors, along with other top mentions like amazing, breathtaking, and a must-see. It boasts a perfect 5-star rating and ranks as the top attraction in Montego Bay. The Irish National Stud and Gardens in County Kildare, Ireland, is the second most underrated place globally according to statistics. Out of 1,857 reviews, it received a total of 2,713 compliments, averaging 1.5 compliments per visitor. Approximately 39% of visitors described the area as beautiful and frequently used words like interesting, 358 mentions, excellent, 217 mentions, friendly, 209 mentions, and amazing, 205 mentions, to describe their experience. Al Noor Island in Sharjah, United Arab Emirates, is a highly overlooked tourist destination within the country, securing the 3rd spot globally in terms of popularity. It received a total of 618 comments, outnumbering the 432 reviews and establishing a ratio of over 1 compliment for every review. Visitors frequently described the lagoon island as amazing, 151, and beautiful, 123, while the staff members were frequently commended for their friendliness, 106. The Cabot Trail on Cape Breton Island in Canada holds the title of the country's most underappreciated destination, coming in 4th place globally. It obtained an impressive underrated rating of 142%, derived from 2,605 positive mentions in contrast to 1,824 reviews. Among the numerous comments, words such as beautiful, 679, amazing, 333, breathtaking, 244, spectacular, 252, and must-see, 136, were frequently used to describe the trail. Stonehall Castle in Regina, Canada is ranked as the 2nd most overlooked attraction in the country and the 5th globally. It achieved an underrated rating of 140% based on 1,522 mentions related to 1,082 reviews. Roughly 29% of visitors described the castle as amazing, 317, and beautiful, 174, while others found the experience interesting, 202, a must-see, 141, and authentic, 72. Kiambathu Tea Farm in Kenya is ranked 7th, boasting an impressive growth rate of 138%, which is often overlooked. The Newcastle Memorial Walk in Australia is often overlooked by tourists, but it holds the 8th position globally as a remarkable attraction. Visitors have described it as having a great view, with 652 mentions. Other frequently mentioned aspects include its beauty, 486 mentions, amazement, 298 mentions, spectacular nature, 244 mentions, and being a must-do activity, 176 mentions. Australia's Skypoint climb holds the 2nd spot in the national rankings and ranks 9th globally, boasting an impressive underrated percentage of 134%. Sovereign Hill, on the contrary, ranks as the 8th most underwhelming tourist destination in Australia and globally. The Gold Rush Museum, an open-air establishment, has garnered 1,442 negative remarks, resulting in a score of 37.7% out of 3,823 reviews. Criticisms from users primarily revolve around the exorbitant prices, with over 500 instances of complaints. The Rooms in St. John's, Canada ranks 10th globally with a rating of 133%, equivalent to 1.3 positive words per review.